Good more entertainment and news updates.
We must dedicate this very gathering to the memory of those that have passed, that we may live, to those that fell in battlefields across the land of Biafra, those that spilled their blood, that this very revered name may resonate in the land of the living in 2019. We shall remember them. Customarily, I would pray, but today I want an elder, a veteran, a warrior of Biafra to pray for us. I met him yesterday, and today I want him to pray for us. There was it.
We are all together. We are all fighting for what we have fought before. From the beginning to the end, our mind is going to be fixed at one point. Biafra. When I saw our brother Carlo last night, it reminds me the hour I was commanded to do something that several of you were not born at the time I did it. But we're all going to pray the lives that we lost, the lives that are forgotten, the lives that don't seem to be remembered. We will, one more time. I fought as a captain from the rank of lieutenant to the rank of being captured, even as a major. Glory be to Christopher that he picked me up from my swimming sector and brought me out to Umabai, where I was asked by Yojuku, make sure I go to Port Harcourt. But we have lost so much. We have lost so many. We have shedded so much blood. We will not forget. Father, in the name of Jesus, amen. We are asking you, mighty God, that you are God that knows all, the beginning and the end. The hour has come again. Yes, sir. It is by your grace that we have those that are crying, that have cried, and still are crying. Shed the blood, did not withstand, did not withhold, did not step back, never been moved by the trench. The hour has come for all of us to have one mind, unified and believe. Oh God Almighty, listen to your children, the men, the women, the boys, the girls, the elderly and the young, have raised up the force and say, God Almighty, are you alive? God Almighty, are you alive? Be with us. Amen. Be with us. Amen. Be with us. Amen. It is the power of God that he raised up on Dumogo by the time. He has raised his men. The first 755 soldiers at Cold Camp. I was one of them. But we fought with nothing, with nothing, with nothing. And we were able to stand in the power of the onslaught of the Nigerian army. And they knew the Biafran soldiers were gallant. Yes. and they fought hard. God Almighty, we are asking you at this moment. We have come from north, south, east, and west, and we are asking you, dear Father, don't forget your promise that your children will not be vanquished. Your children will not be destroyed. Your children will not be destroyed. Your children will be not destroyed. Oh God Almighty, let your people come together and the God which you have led to lead, let it be a leader. Let him be a leader. Let him be a leader. But we will be unified. We will be unified. We will be unified. The land of Biafra. The land of Biafra. The land of Biafra. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Our elder statesman. Apuno mana heba putere na fogaraga. Ezi nwa Chineke jiri gozie mere hapo. Mana nwa ya no n'eligwe. We na-eche ndị Biafra ndị gedoro n'ebe aha. Biko ka iburu oche. Ana m ayọ onye ọbụla nọ ebe a biko imenyo ekwentị gị cell phone niile bekee na-asị ka short ọhụrụ town. Biko ụmụ Chineke, ụmụ Biafra, onye aghala nwanne ya, biko onye ọbụla gbanyụọ cell phone ka ọ ghara iwu na ndị ọka iwu ga-abịa isi gị gịnị kpatara ijiri na-eji phone gị na-eme onyonyo. We have professional videographers in the house. Please. Ụmụ Chineke, anyị na-eche ka ndị onyema wee kọrọ anyị our national anthems. Nnam, are we ready?
Please, my dear, the paper that you guys have, we are encouraging. Okay, yeah, you can share. Let's give people a few minutes to just download the song. We are hoping that everybody will sing with us. We want to sing our anthem. We don't want the people to sing it for us. So you should be at the back of the program. We actually want to
to have us.
Am I right? The first stanza?
Yes.
Understand? Try to avoid the cameras from getting them, shooting them here.
Okay. Okay. Okay, now download here.
All right, so actually I can hum it. It's actually better natural. So let's all stand, please. Can we sing American anthem real quick? No? I can't run that.
Can somebody come up to assist us for that of the American national anthem? We are visitors in this foreign land, and this is Biafran American. He is now going to sing the American national anthem. Are you going to support him? Is in thank you. The little Biafran. Thank you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please, can we take our seats? And please do not forget, all cell phones must be shut down, please. All cell phones must be shut down. On behalf of our Supreme Leader, on behalf of our hosting coordinators, once again, I respectfully and humbly welcome all sons and daughters of Biafra. At this point in time, let us request the presentation of the traditional kola nut to be presented and brought forward by our Secretary General. Please, let the kola nut appear, please. Kola nut, please. One because what he not gonna anti. Baburia Bia. Kediti, our leader, Justin, one Nebia, Ogewana Alo, Esiata, Nedu IPOB in Houston.
Our hair Biafra. Our hair Biafra. Our hair Biafra. IPOB.
One family.
IPOB.
One family. IPOB.
We must continue, and freedom is ours. Day one.
Day one.
Metwafro Jaka. Waburoja. Kaigosi. Onyenduani. Onye Simpati. Ogologo Webia. gosi ya ọjị ya hụ ya metụ ya aka anyị buru ya kpọọ onye oke o gosiere anyị ọjị gbabịama biko nyere na aka kpọpụta ya ka ọ gagozere anyị ọjị. Ndị Igbo na-atụ ilu si na temtem na ya ihe mbụ nwanne arụọla aga ọgụ onye ụjọ. Ekelere m Chineke n'ụbọchị taa na ndị niile kwerenụ ndị Chineke nyere ndụ ezuole. Dede agbapụ ya ọsọ buko egozie ya dede m ngwa. You know, we don't bless our kola nut in English. Kola nut, we know, does not understand English, so we use our language. Please, bear with us as we speak the language that the kola nut understands. Traditionally, as an elder, I will have my cap on my head. I will remove it as I bless the kola nut. That's the tradition. I will also let you know that we use the traditional Igbo language, Ojibo. It is this kind of kola nut that we use in our prayers in Igbo. Chineke nke kere ụwa, eze nọ n'igwe, anyị ezuru mbara, onwe nke karịrị gị ma ebe anyị nọ. Anyị ụmụ Igbo, anyị ụmụ Biafra, anyị akpọkuola gị sị gị gaala anyị ije. Nna biko, ị na-ele anya anya n'ume, na-ele anya anya n'akwa mmiri anyị. Nnabata okwu anyị bụ ikwu na anyị asụ anyị na nwanne anyị nwoke ochie ga-agagbu anyị. Ihe niile anyị ga-atụ, ihe niile anyị ga-ekwu, ihe niile anyị ga-ekwu n'obi, ndị nke anyị kwuru, ndị nke anyị n'obi, ndị nke anyị kwuchara na ndị anyị na-ekwutacha. Mechara anyị anyị jiri chee n'obi. Ma Chukwu nke ka mma, onye ndị ụlọ gbara gburugburu na-eche ndị ya nche mgbe niile. Ọwụ okwu anyị ji aga ije n'ala Igbo. Onye kara ọjị ọ ga-ata ndụ kata nka kata amamihe niile dum. Nna biko nye anyị amamihe, mezuo ka anyị kwuru, mee karịa ka anyị kwuru n'aha Jizọs. Ndewonu, ndewonu, ndewonu. Ngwa, iwere aka ọjị gị buru ọjị bịawa n'elu nye our supreme leader. Ọhamadika, biko wepụtara nna gị nwoke mụrụ gị Royal Highness, wepụta ọjị ya. Biko gbadata, enwere onye Anambra si Ọka nọ ebe a? Biko bịa ka i were ọjị. Onye Anambra si Ọka nye ya ọjị. This is the great of civilization of ndị Igbo. Anambra were ọjị nye onye Enugu steeti. Onye Enugu State, the federal capital of Biafra. Onye Enugu State, nye ya ọjị. Ofu onye were ozuola ibe ya ọnụ. Weroji, your professor, Osueke, for Imo State. Layer here. Kedionya Abia, Nueva, Lewoji, Benny Abia, Umunne Power Mike, Obara, Umunne Jojo Kezie. Weroji, Jojo, Ebony State. Ebony State, Umunne Akanibia. Weroji, Wegere Professor Sadobe, Shidelta. Onyabu one the first premier of Bingostan State. Dennis Osadebe, Neoji. Weroji Chotonye, Ikwere, Onye River State, Iwacha, Biko, Kedonya River State in Eba. Romeo, Nnamdi Weroji. Yabu Munai, the Anipros of Ubeke, Mbeke Shiriboni, Buguma, Kalabari, Welepata, Okrika, Nembe, Yeoji, Yoroji. Please, is there anybody from Ghana in the house? Is there anybody from Ghana? Is anybody from Akwa Ibom? Any can me? I saw idea. No, as a woman, we can't give you name. Name Nurana, don't worry. I saw idea. So later, any can me. I never you want a flower ginga. Cross River State. Cross River State. Kedonya Cross River, whatever we are, yes. Igala is in the house. Okay, get it for, give it to him. No, get it. Okay, what go ha? No granddaughter, and you put a wine over flower. All right. Oji, and when onions. And when onions in the house, Lumba, whatever the onions, Unumanomana Libo, owns an 8 years, Obunishi, Nebron chief, the Kononyama, Nomana Libo, Onions. Onions were Tochi, Odonen, period. Ngwa Weroji Nyofonye na handrine hu chief ke heloro huru nye ya mbanaso nuruana oji agolori nso ka agazie ganya ka waya korutonyo obula. Let it be shared. Itoma in the house. One oyi Umunai, Oyi, Umune Konani Nenche. Are they in the house, Kogi? In the house? Igala, in the house? Igala Uregoji. Yes. Thank you. Oja Godan Biko. Bayelsa. Somebody from Delta has only taken call or not. Osadebe is from Delta. Is anybody from Bayelsa? Umunne Okilo. Anybody here? Umunne Jonathan Ibrayishi. Ano here? Thank you, Biko. Kabapu also. God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, may God bless all of us for being here. We will continue to accord this respect for the fact that our leader is in this city today, live. You all remember, during 1967 to 70, there was a popular word, saboteur. As at last week in the Igbo Catholic Church, I witnessed saboteurs who was telling me that our leader will not be here. Ay, Chineke. Saboteurs, shame unto them. Saboteurs, shame unto them. You are a living witness. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, please permit me to welcome to the microphone our zonal coordinator, Eziada Ezimwa Muna Jim Soada Lady Obala Biko Pupunaga.
Thank you, Mazi. IPOB! IPOB! One family! One family! Welcome, Umuchineke, the children of God are here. So, my name is Munachim Saga, like he said, and I am going to give a little opening statement. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm the most shyest person. Okay, I want freedom for my people. Yes. All right. So, I want to use this occasion to first of all, greet my leader, my Lord and my Savior. I welcome you. For your information, he did not tell me to call him so. But I deemed you so, my Lord and my leader. Thank you for coming to me. The Supreme Leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I do want to thank our Deputy Mazi Nnamdi, as well as the head of the Directorate of State, Mazi Chika Idozien, IPOB North American Rep, Mazi Obi, and our U.S. coordinator, my wonderful Mazi. He's here. That's a tall, handsome guy. And of course, all the principal servants all over the world, we thank you for your timeless offering to your people. We thank you for time and time staying up all night. I know for me, I'm not able to sleep because I want freedom for my people. And of course, I cannot be here tonight without my sister, Edith. Oh, I'm sorry. I cannot be here tonight without my sister Edith in Kentucky. She's my one-on-one. She helps me with everything. And do want to acknowledge my husband for allowing me to serve my people. Husband, I thank you. All right, of course, the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to everyone. You all are welcome to this great event. Today is indeed a remarkable day in the lives of the people of Biafra. It is an honor to have the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or Hamadike One, of leading Biafra in our midst, a man of honor and vision, who has seen our destination even when the journey took off. No wonder he's so passionate about what he's doing. His vision is so unique and clear to him that he is confident and comfortable working with oppositions. He freely takes help questions from critics and does not attack anyone who is honestly doing the right thing for the people. Rather, he welcomes them with an open arm. An example in his last meeting with Chairman of the World Igbo Congress, Professor Giofo, his love and dedication to his people of Biafra is quite infectious. This is a man that has given up everything, including his life, to see that his people are free. It's therefore not surprising that he has no equal when it comes to freedom. When it comes to the people of Biafra, when it comes to fighting for his people. People have come before him, and others that claim to fight for Biafra freedom also exist. But with his approach to freedom fighting, we have seen that some of these people were never and not sincere in getting freedom for their people. They only wanted to make a name for themselves
They hope to make a fortune from the misery and pain of their people. Some of them even get to the extent of calling themselves the elite, and they have the audacity to call their own people miscreants. And as a result, ashamed to identify and team up with their people. Unlike this group of persons, Mazi Nnamdi is everything to everyone. He freely identifies with his people, irrespective of their social class. Yes. He is even ready to be labeled a miscreant along with his people. You know, he was asking for a t-shirt that says miscreant. What's on that for you? So he's willing to be labeled a miscreant for his people. They willingly obey his command without being bribed or cajoled. A case study is the annual 30th of May sit-at-home in Biafra land. It is a known fact that the Biafran people are Republicans and very democratic in their approach to life. So when you see them committed to a man, he must have won their hearts. Yes, sir. Freedom of speech includes the freedom to offend people by telling the truth. Why? Because the truth will set you free. But first, you will have to be pissed off, unfortunately. This is the approach Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has used to wake up the people of Biafra. He made us go back to whom we are. The people of the truth, the people Izongu Bundu. Truth is life. He also made us begin to see and project into the future. He warned us about the dangers ahead, and as a result, helped to bring us together into one big IPOB family. The work of Mazi Nnamdi through the past few years speaks for itself. For over 50 years, that is, since the Biafra genocide. In 1967 to 1970, more than 3.5 million women and children were gruesomely and mercilessly massacred. It has been very difficult to bring the Biafran people together since then. However, today, all that has changed, as we are here present under one roof, representing every different part of Biafra land, working together towards the freedom of our people. This indeed is a great achievement. As a female Biafra freedom fighter, I have learned a lot. Part of which that the reason Africa was left in that continent for over 400 years is that women were not given the rightful place in the government and in leadership, like in other continents. Policies and decisions were made on their behalf without allowing them to participate in the process of that decision making. How would you effectively represent those that you cannot comfortably identify with? Rwanda, a nation that suffered genocide as Biafra is today being built up at a very fast pace. Our government is committed to ensuring equal rights for women and men without prejudice, to the principle of without prejudice to the principle of gender equality in nation building. The 2013 Rwanda parliamentary election ushered in an unprecedented record-breaking 64% of seats for female candidates, making Rwanda the top country for women in politics. Although we are yet to be fully restored, I believe that IPOB will get more female participation if women... Because in Biafra land, women will be treated equally. So to every Biafran freedom fighter present here today, seeing our collective future is very important. Therefore, my counsel for us is to see the project as a communal project, not a private business. It is not about me. It is not about you. It is about the people of Biafra. Therefore, there is no need for necessary competition. Just recognize your brothers and sisters' gifts and allow them to work for Biafra. Every Biafra is uniquely gifted. The challenge then is recognizing and maintaining your lane in use of your gifts. Also, it is critical for us to boycott every wrong association. The people are tagged Boys Club for the purpose of this presentation, and they only hang around visionary people and dreamers who will make your dream a reality. And also boycott those selling our rights and the future of our children for their notoriety and their political interests. How do we identify them? They are the ones that can freely speak about freedom in the zoo and they will not be arrested. Yes. That's how you know who is against your freedom. Therefore, I'm calling on children of Chukwokika Abiyama, children of God for our brothers and sisters, especially women, to rise up and be counted towards restoring a nation that will leave a heritage for our children. Finally, having said all this, I urge everyone to press on to this prize that is worth fighting for. A free and fully restored Biafra nation, a super nation of all nations, flowing with milk and honey, that will make life easy for our future generation. All hail Biafra! Freedom is Biafra! Freedom for Africa!
In 1971, during the African Global Champions quarter-final match, the then FC chairman from Ethiopia scheduled Rangers International to play Column Stars of Guinea in April. But the then chairman for East Central State Sports Commission went to the administrator of East Central State and said, no, Rangers cannot win this match in April. Please, let's play this match on 30th of May, 1971. Asika applied to AFC and it was approved. On the day of that soccer match in Enugu, I remember as if it were yesterday, Ernesto Congo, may his soul rest in perfect peace. Rangers 3, Column Stars, nothing. That was a commemoration of the Republic of Biafra, 30th of May, 1971. Despite our surrender in 1970 and wholehearted return to the Nigerian family, the war has continued against us by other means. We are surrendered by smiling faces in the Nigerian family, and we reciprocated with genuine smiles and total trust, having indeed been vandals of a united Nigeria. But whenever and wherever we look around, we see casualties. When we go casualties in the comprehensive sense of the word, we see trailer loads of dead, mutilated bodies, a home environment hostile and discouraging to economic development, all forms and determination in workplaces and places of residence outside Igbo land, and the inevitable consequent nagging feeling of insecurity and the conflicts it brings. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me humbly welcome our brothers and sisters from Ijo Nation. Let me welcome our brothers and sisters from Anioma, Isoko, Irobo, Isekiri, all those that believe in Biafra that doesn't speak Igbo, IGPO, Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, according to our program, I am going to hand over the microphone to one of our elder statesmen, a leader in the IPOB, one name,
IPOB, one family. Muhammadike, oh, who we had in Oreva. Those who didn't understand what I said, Muhammadike, you are the reason we are here. Without Muhammadike, there's no here.
Yes, sir.
Without Muhammadike, there's no Biafra.
Yes.
For what is happening to us, we must all raise arms and squash them. Respectfully, all our elders from every any part of this world, we recognize you. All our youth, you are going to hear the elders talk to you, because you take over. We cannot allow the Fulanis that do not develop anything to destroy us. It will never happen, because we're working and Chukwuemeka is behind us. All of you that are here today are ordained and blessed. Our country is ours. I just want to thank you for coming. I just want to heartily thank you for coming. Makanasi na aboku on the channel kumwerisi onye na asọpụrụ onye kpọrọ oku ya bịa. Unu emenia anyị chọrọ ịsọpụrụ unu maka unu na-abịa hụ onwe onye ya na ebe a. Onye ndu ya gwuo na ihe unu ya ajụ ajụjụ. Emechi enu mechaa na anyị enweta Biafra. Emechi enu mechaa na anyị enweta Biafra. Onye ju si na ọya ha eme.
Ọ gaa ya n'azụ.
Ọ ya cheki amara ihe ya eme. Maka na ndị oke ọha, our elders, our women are charged, like our able Houston zonal coordinator spoke. In IPOB, we work respectfully with the leadership of IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu. Therefore, we are here to humbly thank you again. I'll come back and talk to you some other time. I'm the national coordinator of USA. The national coordinator of USA. Texas is lucky to have me in their state. I have our brothers and sisters who are here in Houston doing the necessary job, and I acknowledge all of them, whether I call you them or not. We honor you, we thank you, we ask you to continue, because history will treat you right. History will treat you right, and Chukwuemeka will continue to bless you for what you do. All you do need to sacrifice. We're doing it because of our unborn children, our future generation, our elders, and us. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. We will. We will prove it to you. We're ready to work with those who want to work. We're not ready to work with those who just talk. Ohadike has done, Omadike has done. That's why we follow him. Yes. I won't fail to introduce our state coordinator, who is here in the house. Mazi Nnamdi, please identify yourself. I wanted to make sure that anytime you need help, you see these three people, but it's not us. You see our members. We have the registrar. You put your name there, and you put your number there, and you put where you reside, not your home address or anything of that nature. We just want to, if you want us to talk to you, we will come and we'll serve you. We are here to serve. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll stop you there.
Thank you, sir. Hey! God has written today in his book of life. For those of us who are here today, we will all live to witness the proclamation of Biafra nation. we start to recognize the Biafran veterans. Something significant happened in 1970, immediately after the Nigeria-Biafra War. That was not a civil war. Who remember the deputy governor of Anambra State under Chief Jim Mwabodo? Engineer Roy Umeni. Do we remember that name? Yes. One of the Biafran scientists. When they did compile all the things that Biafrans discovered during the crisis, including Ogbunigwe, rocket, this, that. When they compiled all the whole statistics, they went to First Division Enugu under late stupid Brigadier I.D. Bisala and handed over every document to him. Bisala invited military police, asked them to bring a gallon of petrol, and they burnt all the whole documents. Should I wrote to turn up on the documents now? Jesus. If Obomutia assembled all the scientists, he was reprimanded by Gowon. Today, they cannot lay hands on how Ogbunigwe was discovered. Today, historically, Nigeria can never say yes without getting Biafra. The first Nigerian that won gold medal during the Commonwealth, who was the first middleweight and lightweight middleweight champion of the world? The Tiger. Who was the first keeper of Nigerian Guineas in 1945? Nigerian tourist team, Dananyang. Who was the first captain of Guineas to win the African Cup of Nations? Christian Chama Chukwemeka Biafra. Who scored the winning goal? Nigeria won 1996 during the Olympics in Atlanta. Kalawambo Biafra. As of today, 98% of Nigerian female football team are made up of Biafrans. Ladies and gentlemen, please, wherever you are, take your seat. We are now going to thank God to recognize the living souls of the Biafran veterans. We are going to request all of them to please stand up and let us give them a very big round of applause. Please, all the veterans come out. All the veterans step outside. Chineke nemema imena ekena derego mama onye na-enye ndụbo imena ekena derego mama Chineke nemema imena ekena derego mama onye na-enye ndụbo imena ekena derego mama Thank you. Something happened in 1967. We were coming back from primary school, along the road. We saw a flyer. On it was a military man with his medicine. It was written on it, this man is ready. Are you? Biafra, are we ready? Yeah. Are we ready? Yeah. On behalf of our leader, on behalf of our leaders, we are asking our Almighty God who has continued to retain your life, who has continued to keep you, you will all live to see the proclamation of this great nation. Now Jesus! Now Jesus! Now Jesus! Thank you for fairing our leader, Kabu Korkono Napo. Ohamadite, Jelek our leader Gabia. Ogabia Kelunu no. Thank you. Biko, Nnamdi Kanu eweliwe unu buroche, Chineke unu buroche. Biko no. Nwanne, akwaso onye sere unu anwụchule buko nwanne m. Thank you, sir. Ebokole, Biko Kunu Buroche. Thank you. Umunai, thank you. Can we have our seats? Yes. Umunai Biko, Asonyese. Please, somehow yourself for my brothers. Biko Manem, thank you. Thank you. Please, thank you. Our Minister for Defense is giving me security instructions. Please, nobody should pass this line. Please, do not extend your movement. Bikono. Yes. You're okay. You're right. There is something so special about Biafra. I have never been in any event in hosting, and there is tranquility. It has never happened before. This is the only time in hosting a message is say an event will start at 2, 3, and you see people before 1:30. Biafra can Jesus. Amen. Yes. This is a show. I remember Professor Emel Wale, one of the greatest scientists in the United States. I have told my wife does not believe in what I believe. And I have told my son, if I die tomorrow, don't cry. Bulam would so live the Afran flag, Tigram, no, Ghana. What am I eating? Every family have this same problem. 90% of our women no longer believe from where we come from. That's why I'm going to vote for Trump. Yes. Those of them who say no, Trump will send them home. Those who believe in Biafra, you will all stay. Thank you. The same mean, ladies and gentlemen, there is a proverb in Igbo. Please, our brothers and sisters who come from other tribes, permit me to say this proverb. Obodo, name where we are na sonanya anagani. Isn't it? This is our supreme leader. Unquestionably, you can't dispute it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the time to hand over this microphone to the anointed one of God. This is the time to hand over this microphone to the chief servant. If you are praying, please always remember him in your prayers. Every night we will sleep with our wives and children. He has never slept without sleeping with the Biafra. He has never woke up without waking up with the Biafra. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not qualified to hand over this microphone to our supreme leader. I am going to hand over the microphone to our national president, who will distinguishedly and respectfully take it to our leader. Over to you, sir.
Before we get started, we have a new Biafra song. He's just going to play for a few minutes. We spend a lot of time and energy practicing this song, learning this song. Please listen to the words of the song, not really debating. It makes a world of difference.
Our nation, Biafra, our land, Biafra, our nation, Biafra, our land, Biafra. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra, when our home and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra, no matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra, everybody let's come together. Our nation, Biafra, no one is to be rejected. No one is to be neglected. No one is to be defenseless. All in Biafra land. It's time to give justice a chance. So unrejected human ones. Restore our nation. We are fighting for our nation. Full of love. Our nation, Biafra land. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land. Everybody let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land. We are supposed to have peace. No more aggression. Nobody will rob our children of the future and riches. No more games of politics. Just love and equality. Hope for humanity. That's how it's supposed to be. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra land. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land. Everybody let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land. We are one strong family, one people. We are one strong family, one people. We are fighting for our nation, full of love. Our nation, Biafra land. Guiding up hope and peace and joy. Our nation, Biafra land. No matter what you have or where you are. Our nation, Biafra land. Everybody let's come together. Our nation, Biafra land.
Okay, thank you. Happy of me. One family. Everybody, thank you. It's that time we called you for the town hall meeting where our Ahmadiyyan has honored. I will honor you to talk to you as to why you must have your nation. This song that you just enjoyed, whether you danced to it or you just listened to it, I can assure you that I know that you enjoyed it. All right. That song was put together by our children here in Houston. You may know or you may not know. The reason the enemy is after us is because our creativity, our innovation, our city building, everything that is good, they failed and they'll continue to fail. IPOB, one family. They won't. I won't delay your talking to us because my ears are open, ready. I will listen. They will listen. We will listen. They will. IPOB,
One family.
IPOB,
One family.
IPOB, one family. I thank all of you for being here today. And if the enthusiasm, the punctuality,
We are BIAFRA.
if the camaraderie and the brotherhood and the togetherness I have seen in Houston can be replicated across America, I assure you that Biafra will come. We have come to preach the gospel of heaven. Who's your man, Chineke? And here in Houston, I must preach it. Our veterans are here.
Yes.
And it's a very good thing that you have danced to music.
Yes.
It is very good. Because I don't have good news for you. You know, it's one of those scenarios where somebody will ask you a question and say, I have news for you. One is bad and one is good. Which one do you want first? I think we have dispensed with the good news. We have made merry. Now we are going to give you the truth. And nothing but the truth. Some of us are here in America having fun. You live in very beautiful houses, I must acknowledge. Some of you have 2 or 3 cars. You have jobs to go to. You have food to eat. There is 24 hours electricity, there is water, there is also health care for some of you who are working. But where we come from, there is nothing. The reason why there is nothing is because those who are not worthy to be in power are those who are in power. I told you repeatedly for the past 6 years, for those who can listen, that a day will come, the Fulanis will march brazenly into our land to demand what doesn't belong to them. A day will come when you will beg to serve the zoo. A day will come when you will have nothing. anything. Nobody will regard you as anything. A day will come when your life will be useless. A day will come when you wish you have never heard of the name Nigeria before. That day is now. It has come. We are the oldest people in the world. Biafrans are the oldest people on the face of this very planet by none. The beginning, because in Igbo lexicon every name has a meaning.
Yes.
Every name has a meaning.
Yes.
The meaning of Igbo, for those who do not know, is ancient. Those that started the process, Ndembo, the very first people. But it's not very strange. As the scripture made us aware, today the first is now the last. Are we not the last?
We are.
But unlike some people, I have shame. That is why I do what I do. That is why we do what we do. Because we have honor and dignity. Oh, somebody came to America and built it. America did not fall from heaven. Men built it with their hands. The funniest thing is that they needed Biafran labor to be able to complete the assignment. Because without Biafrans, there will be no America. Without Biafrans, the greatness of America will be diminished. Without Biafra, this country would have been nothing. We gave them free service for 200 years. Most of the African Americans you see, you call them Akata. Some of them are your relatives. Some of them are from your family. If you have a child and that child is suffering from a disease you can't understand, it is because you married your own bloodline, which doesn't happen in our culture. Are you aware of that? You cannot even marry from your mother's village. You cannot marry from your grandmother's village. Are you aware of that? Yes. We came here, we lost our way. We became very selfish. We reversed everything that is good about us. We stopped caring. Those of you in America, you stopped caring. The founders of World Igbo Congress is here, some of them. What I say behind somebody's back is what I say in front of them. Had World Igbo Congress done what they were supposed to do, I wouldn't be here today.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be here today. But I do hope under the leadership of Professor Ejiofor that things will change, that they will live up to the expectation and rise up to this very challenge from Awusa Fulani. Because 2 days ago, they came for our land. They were no longer content with killing us and raping our mothers in Akwa Ibom, in Enugu State and in Ebonyi. They are no longer content with beheading our fathers when we go to the farms. They are no longer content with raping our daughters as well and abducting them in the process. They have now come to take our land from us. And some of us are in America eating hamburger. Our race is about to become extinct. As I speak to you today, they have come inside Enugu, as they did in 1967. Because over the years you refused to speak with one voice. You thought that fighting for leadership is the end-all and be-all of your relevance wherever you are. Every association you had was divided into 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our men decided to embrace gossip more than anything else. Whilst our mothers were struggling and fighting, our men were busy plotting how to divide every association that ever came up. They became merchants of gossip and waywardness. And that is why we are in this mess. Because had we been together like a people, Fulani will not have the temerity to come to our land in front of our governors to demand that we give our land to them. I told you so. I told you so in Igbo language is Abramuna Agwa. And I said when the time comes, because that is how we say it in my village. We are no longer as intelligent as we used to be. We used to be a very intelligent race.
Yep, not anymore.
The most gifted, the most talented, the most honorable, the most truthful, the most accomplished race in Africa. Today we have been reduced to nothing. That ordinary Imobi meeting of Ohaneze cannot be convened. Simple Imobi meeting. We have been reduced to issuing press statements on the pages of Yoruba newspapers. But you had a television before. I'm sure you know that. Do you know the name? It's called Minaj. You know, Bossy. Before channels came, before AIT came. But it died because it was owned by an Igbo man. Other Igbo men refused to invest in that very business. Because of our wickedness and backwardness. The Igbo people that emerged after 1970 is counterfeit, myself included.
Yes.
Fake. They no longer see what is coming ahead in Kiruka. They no longer have hope anymore. We became scavengers. And that is the reason why our land is going. That is why Fulani people can decide who becomes your governor. They tell you, no matter what you like you can do, we determine who governs you. And they do as we tell them. How do you explain or quantify a governor in office? Fulani herdsmen are in our land killing us. In Anambra, in Anam. Obia, none of us said anything. The funniest thing is that some of us don't realize the mess we are in. We don't know it. And I can assure you that impunity upon impunity is happening in our villages today. The reason why you don't hear about it is because the Yorubas are in charge of the media. They won't publish it.
Yes.
Our enemies are plentiful. As I said earlier today, I will paraphrase it today. There is the zoo called Nigeria. By the way, anybody who says he's a Nigerian is an animal. I'm sure you know that. How many of you here are Nigerians? How many of you here are from the zoo? Some of us are not ashamed to answer the name that was concocted. Nigeria means the lowest of the low, the land of niggers, those who are abandoned. That is the meaning of nigger area, Nigeria, that you answer. You are not ashamed of yourself and you say you're Nigerian. Can anybody tell me the meaning of the word Nigeria that you're so proud of?
Nigger area.
The woman that gave you the name saw you as a baboon. Some of you wonder why Africa is always poor. Every year poor. And the poverty in Africa is making it impossible for white people to respect black people in America. Don't you know that? The reason why Europeans are respected is because Europe is doing well.
Yes.
You respect Japanese in America because Japan is doing very well. Is that not true? And some of them come here visa free on a visa waiver program. That is how you know you've arrived. The only country with that privilege in Africa is South Africa. And surprise, surprise, it was run by white people for so many years. I don't know if we are thinking at all. Now the question is this: what is your purpose on this very earth? Is it to be a slave and a servant? After that, your children take over from you, and after that, their children in perpetuity. As you think you're giving birth to your children that maybe go to Harvard or to Yale, you're giving birth to future generation of slaves in America. The reason being that Africa is so horribly bad that nothing good comes out of it. The white man came from Europe, came into our land and said, you, from today, your name is Nigeria. And nobody asked questions. Ask yourself this very question then. Do you think that as an African, you can go into Europe and say to maybe Hungary and Belgium and say, you, from today, your name is Europa? Can you do that? That means you're not equal to a white man. It means you're inferior.
Yes, sir.
Because there are things he can do to you that you cannot do to him. That makes you inferior. There is only one solution.
Biafra.
That solution is Biafra. I said the solution is Biafra. The solution of black people is Biafra. The solution to the problems in Africa is Biafra.
Yes. That's our last hope. Yes.
Thank you.
That's my job. I tell you something and you ignore it. Give it maybe You will see it. Everything I told you came to pass. Only one is remaining, and that is Biafra. And I assure you that Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. That Biafra will come. You are the finest of the finest. I am very, very proud of who I am. I consider myself very lucky to have been born a Biafran. And that is why I'm very, very proud of Biafra. That is why I will die a Biafran. And that is why this Biafran flag will raise up. And that is why we got our independence. And we will be free. The same thing they did to Azikiwe, they are today doing to all of us.
Yes.
Zeke was begging them to go to school. They said no. The same Ebele, Azikiwe, that's the name of Jonathan, isn't it? I told me how to no name Musamman Megan. Good luck Jonathan went to Asorok as his namesake did. His concern was Fulani education, Alamajiri. And he reminds me of Obama. Because I know some of you here foolishly vote for Democratic Party. I say foolishly.
Yes.
Who ended slavery in America? Which party? Which party? Which party is the party of slave owners in America? Which party? I said to am I allowed to, am I dabbling in their politics here?
Freedom of speech.
Are you sure that Mullah will not open up a probe against Biafra for meddling in election in America? I said to people that when you elect a Democrat as a president, the only thing they can do for you is to increase the amount they pay you of food stamp.
I know.
Yes.
But the Republican Party believes in what's called tough love. You may not like it.
Yes.
But over time it will help you.
Yes. Yes.
I prefer that person that tells me the truth to my face.
Yes.
That the one that be pretending. Yes. Supporting Al-Majiri in the north. Obama destroyed Libya. It was Obama that chased away Jonathan and put in Buhari before Buhari died. I think it was President Johnson that introduced the New Deal in America, is that correct? Yeah, a landmark social welfare program. What are you going to remember Obama by? And he was there for 8 years. And some people are grumbling. And I asked them and I said, that thing that for you for 8 years. How do you want a white man Trump to do it for you in 3 years?
I know.
Am I making any sense here?
A lot of sense.
I wish they can deport all of us.
Get response. Get response. Where's all our watch? Yeah, no warrior. Because they do ever.
People are working all over the world. Japan, South Africa, South Korea.
Now we are going to root. Don't be the glory.
Only then will our senses come back.
Yes.
Some of you here are engineers, architects, doctors, medical practitioners, pharmacists, isn't it?
Yeah. Nurses.
Don't you think it would be better if you're a pharmacist in your village?
Of course.
Huh?
Watching again.
I like the way that Americans protect their country and how proud they are of it. Some people left from the seaport of Southampton in England aboard a ship called Mary Rose. They came here to found a new civilization under God. They succeeded in doing that, and that today makes America the longest surviving hegemonic civilization since the history of humanity began. A few people. That boat could have sunk in the Atlantic. They knew the dangers they were facing. But the hope that America held and the vision of a new nation was so compelling that every immediate danger faded into insignificance. Their sights were set on the goal. I don't know what your goals are for our people back home, because we are dying, and those you put at home to take care of your states, they are Hausa Fulani slaves. They are also killing you. Some of you here, when I formed BSS, I'm sure some of you here grumbled and said, is that not true? But I said that the reason why I formed BSS was to counter the coming of the Fulanis, because I know they are coming. I see things that they cannot see. I knew that the Fulanis will come. I was preparing 3 years ahead. Some of you conspired. They must run and come by midnight here. It's 6 o'clock back home. What goes here? You know, early morning gossip is very potent. I'm taking on it to an hour and a brain. That evil men, governors, or Hanese, on their own decided to invite Fulani army to come and kill me, my family, and IPOB.
Okay.
And now that they have come into our land, the same people are saying that we are ready. And somebody asked them, you are ready to defend our land against Fulani? Where are your children? The same IPOB that was set up to defend our land that they betrayed are the ones they are relying upon to defend our land today. The reason why they are relying on IPOB is because they know we can do it. We have done it before. We continue to do it today. We shall continue to do it until Biafra comes. What I find very shocking is that people don't ask, What are we going to do to stop these people? When I seek for advice, what they tell me is to embrace prayer. Or to try the diplomatic process. Get on your flag and make diplomacy. On your financial and make diplomacy. And it's in your village. What other diplomacy can this demon understand? If not an AK-47 for an AK-47. I hope you are recording these proceedings. Yes.
Facebook Live. Facebook Live. All over the world.
If those of you here today in this hall in Houston, where I believe WIC started, when they started WIC here, God was trying to send a message to them. Yes. I'm not sure they saw it.
Yes.
WIC was set up here for this very day, for now. But I'm not sure that they quite understood the message. Village. Isn't that what we say?
Yes, sir.
What Fulanis did is to say, we went to kill Nnamdi Kanu. We killed IPOB family members. And now Nnamdi Kanu is abroad. We can march into Biafra. Nobody can stop us. You don't know that?
Yes.
When I came out of prison, I was back home. Did you hear about Fulani headsmen? We drove them away. And because of the carrot of Igbo presidency in the year 2096. If you have been following the news, you will hear it. Those that own the zoo called Nigeria, Miyeti Allah, they said it today. You know that meeting in Enugu, they sent their secretary, not the big organ. The big organ was waiting. The funny thing is that the secretary went to Enugu and told Dave Umahi, we are prepared to offer you the presidency, but in return, give us your land. Dave Umahi said, typical Igbo, I'll consider it. You know what they did? Now, believe you me, if they Fulani so places, they can decide to rule the zoo forever and ever. There is nothing anybody can do about it. I said there is nothing we can do about it. You go to tribunal in the court to say, oh, my mandate was stolen from me. And the lawyer you're running to, Nigerian Bar Association, is running from the government. Government wants to kill them. Are you following?
Yes.
You are coming from this door. Maybe FBI is pursuing you from here. FBI and you are running maybe to our, where's the security man is here. And he's here defending you. But before you could get to the middle here, security man was awesome. CIA is pursuing him that place. Are you following? You say there is injustice in the land and want to go to the court to find or seek redress. Before you go to the court, the judges were on their judges in Agoso. The same thing pursuing you is pursuing the judges. When the same thing is pursuing you and pursuing the chief judge, or maybe an state that led the Nigerian Bar Association to proclaim that Nigeria is a lawless society. And somebody will wake up tomorrow morning and say, I am a Nigerian. Sometimes I'm not trying to excuse racial abuse or attack, but I'm being very honest. If I read through the papers every day, you come from this hopeless British creation called Nigeria, where nothing works. People are fleeing, trekking through Sahara Desert and dying in the process, drowning in the Mediterranean, humiliated, sold into slavery in Tripoli, abused as house slaves in Saudi Arabia. And you still wake up and say, I am a proud Nigerian. Oh, not I won't feel sorry for you. Because you are foolish. Useless. Beyond foolishness. I belong to that very group of Biafrans that came here as slaves somewhere in a place called Savannah in Georgia. And they said to the white man, instead of me to serve you as a slave, I would rather die.
Yes. They sang themselves.
If we know what has befallen us as a people, as a race, there will be urgency on the part of everybody to make sure that Biafra is restored. Because I tell you today, the most educated people outside white Americans are Biafrans in America. The most successful in terms of their own business startups and enterprise are Biafrans here in America. We are all these things for a reason. Not so that you can become very selfish and cocoon yourself in your detached homes and well-manicured lawns and gardens. I gave you that grace.
Yes.
That you may be able to use it to better not just yourself, but from the environment where you come from.
Yes.
And failure to do it. You know what the Bible? Failure to do it. Failure to do it. And let me warn you, all of you here are gathered. That's why I asked if this thing is being recorded. If you don't rise up from this very day, from this moment, to support IPOB, to confront the mess that our land has become in the hands of Fulani Janjaweed jihadists, God will not forgive you. Even the land of America will not forgive you. I know some of you may think I'm having fun. And make you to you listen to put that. Somebody gave it to me from America. There are some people that think that they are leadership material. They want to lead. They join meetings because they are craving leadership. Not that they have anything to offer.
I know.
If you want to lead, you come and lead, and we'll follow you. But IPOB has a mind of its own. If I stop living up to expectation, this same IPOB that I set up will reject me. Do you know that?
Yes.
And IPOB does not belong to me. Biafra does not belong to me. It doesn't belong to my family. It belongs to all of us.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
The reason why some of you lose sleep at night that they call him Supreme Leader
My Lord and my
is because some of your priorities are misplaced.
Yes.
The Supreme Leader they call me is a kind name. It's not an official title. Magadi Amama is not an official title. Are you hearing me? It is not an official title. It's a nickname. It's like Otuahane to go Mohammedik. I'm a woman done in we way. I am here to serve you, not to be supreme over anybody. Anybody that knows me will testify that I'm a very humble person. All the anger that I have inside me is against the enemies of Biafra. Once you're against Biafra, I will hate you. If you're against Biafra, I will destroy you. That's who I am. Looking in my direction and said, my Lord and my Savior. That also is a kind name. They say it because, listen, when they go online and see sponsored attacks against IPOB and myself, they develop this as a defense mechanism and as a weapon of attack against that very person. That's why they do it. Not that anybody is coming to replace Yeshua. When I pray every day, I pray 7 times a day, and I said to Tukokikabiama, I am only but flesh. One day I will die, but your word will live forever. And your word says that Biafra will come, and in my time that Biafra will come, and that is my hope.
Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu,
I'm explaining this here out of respect for Houston. I am not a supreme leader. I am a supreme servant. Are you listening to me? They say it because they want to spite those. The reason why we do what we do It's not so that we can fly all over the world and address our people, or that we can put our lives in danger in search of a greater glory. We do what we do because we have been mandated divinely to ensure that Biafra comes in our time. And if Biafra doesn't come, then there is no God in heaven.
If there is God in heaven.
That's what I pray. That's what I pray. Because your word is yea and amen. Everything you say must come to pass. Though heaven and earth may pass away, but your word shall remain. Your word says that Biafra will come. Then therefore Biafra must come. If Biafra doesn't come, you will all be destroyed. Now, I said, if you don't fight for Biafra to come, believe you me, out of anger, Chukwokika Abiyama will obliterate our race.
I know.
Some of you want to lead. Now is the time. You don't need permission from me, not from our national coordinator, not even from Monachi. Go and organize IPOB wherever you are. Do you know why it has to be IPOB? Because we never retreat nor surrender. IPOB will keep going until Biafra comes.
Yes.
Nobody can buy us. Nobody can intimidate us.
Yes.
Nobody can stop us from doing what we are doing. And by the way, we are the only people that the Fulanis are afraid of.
Yes.
Only IPOB can defend our land, and only you can support IPOB. If you don't support IPOB, my own passport color is red. Just understand that if you don't fight for your land, you forfeit the right to get angry anytime you are insulted.
Yes, absolutely.
Do they insult Japanese people here?
No.
Do they insult Japanese people here?
No.
And apparently Japan ever.
I don't know.
Ordinary Malaysia of yesterday, do they insult Malaysians here? China, come on. Come on. China, one. Do they insult Chinese? Do you know why? All these places are developed and civilized. But sadly, Africa is not developed. It doesn't matter your title in Houston. It doesn't matter where you work. How many PhDs you've accumulated. How many white friends you have. Or maybe how many mixed race children you have. You can never be white. You can never be. Until you do those things that white people do, nobody can respect you. We will remain beggars for life. Oh God, give us visa. Some of us here are not ashamed that your own children will use their 2 legs to walk through the desert, to go to Europe, or to be auctioned off as slaves in North Africa. You are not ashamed of yourself. You know, I already say, I'm a big man, I've arrived, I have doctorate degree, I'm an engineer. Rubbish! You are nothing. But a glorified house, nothing. You decide what you choose to do from this day onwards. It is up to you. I have Dagaba in Houston, more or less having fun. I'm praising Elohim for IPOB. But our land is under occupation. The phase of diplomacy has gone through the window. How do we drive them out is the question. And the only people that can do it is IPOB. Before man and before God in heaven. So your petty envy and jealousy can't get you anywhere. You might have to be gas weekend. Flying there in my village. And then I know you want to make your majesty on a harbor. The Banigan on Diana and you want to rescue all of them. And you want a white man to respect you. When you can't even respect yourselves. We're in another man's land. Yes, we built it, but by force. Not voluntary. And that is why Biafra will come. All this coming is synchronized. As I was coming here, my wife was coming in.
I'm so happy to see you all today. A lot of people know I need you, so I do speak. So I'm so happy, and I hope that at some point I'll be able to say something. I'm happy to see every one of us here, and I thank God for good health and prosperity. We seem to eat a lot in America, and you can see the evidence. So at some point I'll be able to say something. Thank you.
That's my wife, Magali, and Mama Gandiota. Somebody saw my picture with Munachi. You know Munachi is a troublemaker. Except for that. All the same, what I want all of you to understand is this: that you are better off working with IPOB to restore Biafra. Because if you like, you join us. If you like, you don't. One thing is certain: Biafra will come. Yes. And when Biafra comes, you will not come to Biafra land. He said. If you don't support IPOB, if you like, take an aeroplane to Rwanda and get temporary citizenship from Rwanda to come into Biafra land. We will not allow your plane to land. Because we are not foolish.
No, we are not.
You see, sometimes when people get angry in the Western world and they become racist towards black people, we don't actually capture the whole picture. All of us here, we have mobile phones, yes?
Yes.
Did mobile phone fall from heaven? Do you know that your mobile phone works with the satellite orbiting this very earth?
Yes.
Do you know how many people died to put one satellite in orbit? It's called sacrifice. All you do is you come, you consume, you consume, you consume. You don't contribute. That is why sometimes they're upset. India has gone to space. So has China. Maybe even, I think Brazil has gone as well. There is no indigenous African country that's ever gone to space. I said none. And you want to participate, you want to partake in enjoying what comes out of this without understanding the sacrifice that goes with it. Some people are sitting down laughing at IPOB. We are dying. They are killing us. You can never ask yourself, how can I help? All that you're concerned about is, who is their leader? He's a small boy. Yes? He didn't fight the war. At what age did Obama go to become their president here? 48? 42. Oh, 46. 42?
No.
Let's say in his 40s, yes? But he's a small boy. According to our culture, he's a small boy. That is how selfish some of our elders, I didn't say all of our elders, some of them are. Because when the white man left, most of them were in their early 20s, late 20s, early 30s. They were given the responsibility to pilot the affairs of the nation. But in our time, in our own tongue, they say we are small. And I said to them, for the past 50 years, with all due respect in the world, what have you achieved for us? I'm not trying to insult anybody, because if you've achieved something, Fulani cannot come to our land and say they want to take it. It is an indictment of the same type of association politics we have been playing for 52 years. If I ask some people here, they will say we have our own group. Our group is called this Utundia, this gathering, that association. But all of us put together in all these associations, we are worth nothing. Because if we are worth something, there is no way Fulani can come to Enugu and say to us, we want your land. Are you following? You know, we don't take criticisms very well. Me, I take it. But some people can't. What do we expect you to do? Is there any reason why all of you here gathered today will not come to Washington next year for a march to let the world know what is happening to us? Any reason? Any reason? We will march next year on the 3rd of July. Why are we going to march on the 3rd of July? Because when you are in the country of a white man, for you to get anything, you must demonstrate on the street. If you don't, nobody will listen to you. That is a fact of life. Before women got the vote in America, the suffragette movement, they went to Washington, they demonstrated. Before Martin Luther King, may God rest his soul. May God rest his soul. May God rest his soul. Before he sacrificed his life for all of you, he marched in Washington, that you may have all those fancy jobs you have today. Without him, you would have had all the jobs you have now. None of you. It's called sacrifice. You must follow people, what they have done before. You can't sit in your house and write Trump about Biafra and Trump will respond. Is that possible? What cloud do you command? If we go to Washington next year, when they look through their windows on Capitol Hill and they see 1 million Biafrans marching, you don't need to write to them, they will write to you. Betanya Bundi COG, That is the paradox of the skyscraper. Do you know it? You know, after colonialism and independence, most of the so-called nationalist leaders, in the case of the zoo, according to the three blind mice, they said they studied abroad. They saw Chrysler Tower, you know those beautiful, fancy tall buildings. They went to Marina, Lagos, and built their own. You know those tall buildings. Then grandmother and I lift a rock. But they're in the skyscraper. Because there's skyscraper in New York. So we have to build one here as well. And after 4 years, no running water anymore. You live on the 50th floor. If there's a rubber get to put me in a well and carry it up the stairs because of course lift is not working anymore. But you live in the skyscraper in Africa. Do you know why I call it the paradox of the skyscraper? Because when we come to this part of the world, all we see is the fancy stuff. Do you know that? Yes. The glittering fancy stuff, that's what we see. We never ask ourselves the discipline that underpins that very productive process. Discipline. Biafra cannot be free until you fight for it. You must fight for it. Yes. Anybody telling you that I'm not here until like independence is a bloody liar. You must tell the world you exist. You must tell your politicians here in America not to take the vote of Biafrans for granted. You must show them how many you are. You must let them know that you are here. That you hold the key to determine who goes into the White House in 2020. You can determine it. And once they know you have that power, anything you want, they give it to you. That is how politics works. Not politics of the zoo. You carry money all over the place. Here is different. I expect you to be teaching me this. Therefore, those of you who are Nigerians,
those who are born Nigerians,
those who decide to remain a part and parcel of the zoo, you have seen where it has gotten us today. Yes. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
On the method they know that our land is under occupation. Do you know that Fulani herdsmen have come? Do you know that? Do you know that? Some of you don't know. And anybody who doesn't know, may Trump deport them or their children back to Our land is under occupation. If you don't know, let me tell you. The reason why you are in Nigeria is because of your oil and gas. If you don't know, let me also tell you. That's some oil and gas, you don't enjoy it. Those that convinced the Jaws and so-called South to fight the Igbo brothers and sisters. How far today?
How far? How much?
Are you enjoying that oil? Do you see how foolish we are? If this Igbo man wants me because of the oil, are you enjoying the oil? Huh? $1 billion missing. 1 billion stolen by a Fulani man. Listen, I said $1 billion. And the idiot came out openly to tell the whole world that he doesn't know where the money is. Oh, no, I got tired of it. Don't you read about it? The person I'm going to get a card, Listen carefully. Do you know there's a difference between billion and million? Do you know? Billion starts with B, million starts with M. Is that correct? Billion, we're picking the calculator or zero, no more space. If you like to try it. Olisa Metu was given, listen carefully, 400 million naira, which highest is $1.4 million. In fact, I think it's $1 million anyway. And he's been dragged through the court every blessed day. Every blessed day. Money they gave him for campaign. But a Fulani man sat down and swallowed $1 billion. Now, do you see how meaningless all those associations will be?
Yes, useless.
Because if you're strong, such nonsense won't happen.
No.
Now, the reason why I keep pointing out the impotency of our associations, proliferation. Everywhere you go, there's a new group. Everywhere you go to, all amounts to zero.
Zero, nothing.
Only Miyeti Allah. One organization, one from Fulani, only one. And they have taken us over. I want to form my own, my own faction. Do you see how Fulani people succeeded in achieving their 200-year-old agenda of conquering everybody? For 200 years, they planned and executed this. And I told you in Los Angeles that they're in a hurry. Before I flew from LA to Houston, they have come into our land asking us, because they know that your petty envy and jealousy of IPOB, of Nnamdi Kanu, will prevent you from supporting IPOB, capable of defending our land. So Fulani people are counting on your wickedness.
Yes, they are.
That's what they're relying upon. You people are the reason why Fulani is in our land. You are the reason. All those useless groups and associations and are formed everywhere came down to
nothing. Zero, nada.
Oh, because that's some zero can't lose you. I must say, I don't care. If you don't rise up, our land will be gone. And if the men cannot do it, I'm sure that our mothers can.
Yes, sir. Yes.
If our men cannot do it, our mothers will. Oh, and then I'll go on and book up. It didn't start today. The first people to rise up against European rule in Africa. The first people, the whole of Africa, Biafran women. And maybe the time has come for them again to take the lead once more. I don't remove myself when I say things. What I tell you is for our own good, that we may change and become better Biafrans, become better Igbo people, better Ijos, better Ibibio, better Anang, better Idoma, better Igala. Can anybody tell me here the title of the traditional ruler of Igala. Do you believe that Igala people and Igbo people are related?
Yes.
Do you believe it?
Yes.
Have you heard of the title before, the Ata of Obosi? You have Ata in your village? His brother. They are from Igala. You know the man they call Iweka. You know Iweka, they named Upper Iweka after him. Do you know he's an Igala man? From Obosi? Is that correct? I may have been born and raised in the village. I'm from Akubo. Makali ya mama. Mtoka ya sobeke ya swear back. Igala and Igbo are one. When we say that Igala is part of Biafra, we know what we are talking about. When we say that Idoma is part of Biafra, we know what we are talking about. When we say that Ijo is part of Biafra, we know what we are saying. When we say that Isoko is Biafra, we know what we are talking about. Is there anybody who is dressed like a proper Biafran woman here? Two-piece wrapper. Anybody here? Oh, Fu Papa Koma. Open in Lagos before Is there anybody who is dressed like a proper Biafran woman here? Two-piece wrapper. Anybody here? Oh, Fu Papa Koma. Open in Lagos before is dressed like a proper Biafran woman here. Two-piece rapper. Anybody here? Upapa bo. Oh, Upapa koma. Open in Lagos before.